Welcome to my channel. Today I decided to go through and show you all of the books on my TBR shelf that I have and count them. I'm going to take them off the shelf and see how many I have, because it's a lot more than I probably should have. So let's start taking them off, and I'm going to show you one by one which books I have. So the first book, I keep all of my TBR books separate, and I just put them on a shelf, all the same shelf together in like order of when I got them. So the ones way up here are ones that have been on my shelf probably, I think, since I started my Bookstagram account, which was in like 2018, I think, to all the way to the newest books that I have down here. So we'll start, and I think I might do an unhaul at the end of this year and see, like I said, some of these books are books that I've had on my shelf for a long time. So I might decide to get rid of some of them if I don't read them by the end of this year. So the first book I have is Band of Brothers. I loved this miniseries. I love this miniseries. It's not past tense. I still love this miniseries. And I actually got this book from my uncle, who's giving away some books, and because I love the miniseries so much, I decided to take this book, but I just haven't read it yet. So we'll see. I might unhaul it at the end of this year. Then the next book is Anne of Green Gables. I picked this up mainly because I love the binding of it, and I just haven't read it. Maybe I'll do it on audio this year and see. Maybe I'll do that. So there's that. Then I have Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. I read this, I think, when I was in like 4th, 5th, or 6th grade. I can't remember. And I was in like a book club at school because I was somebody who actually really struggled with reading. So they had like an after-school book club that you could go to, which kind of just helped support your reading and stuff like that. So I actually went to it, and the teacher at the end of the book club gave this book to me, and so I've had it since then, and I have not reread it. So we'll see. Maybe I'll read this again this year. And before I go any further, I apologize if you hear my dog in the background. He's currently chewing on a treat to try and keep him quiet while I film this video. So hopefully that lasts the whole time. The next book is Louise Penny's The Nature of the Beast. I will not be unhauling this book. I am in the middle of her series. I think I'm on book 10. And this one might be book 11, so I might be actually doing this one next. When I first started reading her books, and I really liked the first one, I am somebody who needs my books to match. And when I ordered another one online, it came in and it was a different format. It was like shorter or something. I don't remember. And I was not happy, so I decided anytime I saw one of her books that I didn't have, I'd pick it up. So I've had this one on my shelf for a long time, but I plan on getting to it. Next group of books. So I have The Princess Bride. I love this movie, and I just loved this copy of it when I saw it at a bookstore. So I decided to pick it up, and I just haven't read it yet. And then the next two go together. I started a reread of Harry Potter, and we were actually doing a buddy read. I was doing a buddy read with my husband because he had never read them. And we had made a deal that if he read the first 3 Harry Potter books, I would read Name of the Wind. And we did. And I did read Name of the Wind. He has not read Name of the Wind yet, but I read it. And then we read book 4 and then have kind of stopped. So I keep telling myself I'm going to reread book 5, which actually I have on my nightstand, and I just keep putting it off and not picking it up. So hopefully I can get to these soon. I will not be unhauling these. I will be keeping them. Even if I don't reread them, I might just eventually move them over to my Harry Potter shelf. So that's those. I'm actually not sure why I have Bunnicula. I know I read it when I was in, I think, 5th grade. I think the school I work at had like a free shelf, and for some reason, out of nostalgia, I decided to take it. Maybe I'll read it, and it should not take me that long, but we'll see. I have Christmas at Mistletoe Lane by Anne Raines, not quite sure. I think I've had this for the last couple of Christmases, and I keep saying I'm going to read it, and I just haven't yet. Maybe this Christmas, and I think if I don't read it this Christmas, this December, I will probably unhaul it. This next book was given to me by a coworker. I know nothing about it. The infamous Frankie Lord. I will not unhaul it. I'm sure at some point I will pick it up and read it. The next book I have is The Silent Wife by Karen Slaughter, I think. I think I got this from Costco. I think I saw it, read the back, and liked the premise of it. I don't remember much about it now. It's been on my shelf for a long time, so we'll see if I read it or not. And then the next book I have is A Woman Alone. Again, another one of those books I've had for a while. I don't remember when or where I bought this or what it's about. Some of these I buy and then they kind of sit on my shelf for a while, and then I decide I'm going to listen to them on audio, but I think this one hasn't been on audio yet, so we'll see. The next book is The Dangers of an Ordinary Night. I remember I bought this at an indie bookstore that's near me that has since closed. Forget why I got it. There was like a sign next to it, and I forget why I picked it up, and I don't remember what it's about. So we'll see. This next one, Only When It's Us by Chloe Lisi. I really, really want to get to this, but I just keep picking up so many other books and other series, and I don't want to start another series yet. I keep starting other series, so we'll see. I do think I want to get to this by the end of this year, but I'm also feeling like I should read this in the fall time. We'll see. All right, The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. Another book that I really want to get to, but I feel like I should wait till fall or winter for it. I've read other books by K.A. Tucker. I can't remember the names of them right now. They're up there on the shelf somewhere. So hopefully I can get to this soon. This is a book, Cider Mill Coven. I got this at some kind of, I think, like, we have a garlic festival that happens near us. I think that's what it was. And the author had a tent there. And so she's a local author. I think she's from Massachusetts, and I live in Connecticut. And so I saw it. Obviously, I love books. So I ended up buying her book. I think it's actually signed. I don't know if you can see. So definitely fall vibes. Maybe I'll get to this fall and see what it's about. No. I definitely need to clean these shelves too. They're disgusting. The next book I have is A Tale of Magic. So I work at a school, and one year they were doing a door decorating contest, and one of the doors was a book by this author, and I like reading the books that I know the students in my building are reading, and that way maybe I can connect with them and have conversations with them. So I decided to pick up this author. Haven't read it yet. I think it's been 2 years now on my shelf. Maybe more. I don't remember. Next I have A Very Merry Bromance by Alyssa K. Adams. I've read the other 4 books in her series and really enjoy them. Obviously, have to save this for December. So that should get done this year. Also have Mistletoe and Mr. Right. Not sure how to say the author's name. Her first name is Sarah. Not sure how to say the last name. I think this is book 2 of a series. And I've read book 1, and I can't come up with the name right now. And then I have Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I have heard good things about this series, so I decided to pick it up, but it is kind of thick. So we'll see if I get to that this year. Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I've only read 1 book, Meet Me at the Lake, and I think I have this on hold with Libby to listen to it on audio. So hopefully that will come in. I think it's like 2 weeks away. So that will come in soon, and I'll listen to that on audio. So that will be one that comes off of my TBR. Ooh. Next books I have is Love Theoretically by Allie Hazelwood. I love Allie Hazelwood's books. Love the stories she tells. So this one will not be going. This one will be staying on my shelves. Next book I have is Keeper of the Lost Cities, Everblaze. So this is book 3 in the series. This is another book that saw some of our 6th graders reading these books, and they love them. They carried around with them. And again, when I see kids in my building carrying around books, I like to try and talk with them about them, so I have to read them so I know what they're talking about. I've read books 1 and 2, obviously, because this is book 3. So I'm going to hopefully continue this soon. And then I have Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. I don't have any intention of reading this until I finish Throne of Glass. And I am currently on Throne of Glass, book 1. I plan on reading it in Sarah J. Maas's suggested order, so Assassin's Blade will come 3rd. So yeah, I'm reading Throne of Glass right now. So this will stay on my shelf for a while because 1, I'm scared, and 2, I'm going to finish Throne of Glass first. This next book, sorry. This next book is A Whale of the Wild. This was an impulse purchase sitting on a buy one, get one 50% off shelf at Barnes & Noble. I'm pretty sure it's a middle grade book. I love orcas, and so I saw it and I loved the art on the front in orcas. Who knows? The next book I have Keepers of the Lost City Legacy, which is book 8. I think I got this because I was at one of my local indie bookstores and they were closing down, and they had this and I wanted to buy something, and I went on the last day or one of the last days, so their shelves were looking pretty bare, so I bought it. When I'll get to it, who knows? If I'll get to it, maybe I won't finish the series. Money Doesn't Grow on Trees. This was a book that my mom actually read when I was a child, and my sisters and I were children, and this is how she like taught us budgeting and savings and all that kind of stuff after reading this book. So, and now I have a son. So when I had a son, or when I was pregnant, I think I bought this book to read, and haven't read it yet. This book, The Essential 55, I was given last year by our school at one of our pre-service days. Haven't read it yet. I do plan on reading it, just haven't got to it. Summer Reading by Jenna McKinley. Don't remember when or where I got this or what it's even about. So there's a trend here. Then I have the special edition Fourth Wing. I have it on my TBR shelf. I read Fourth Wing, I think in January. It's on my TBR shelf because I do plan on doing a reread. And when I buy special copies, I like to put them on my TBR and read them again. So, and this one has bonus content. So I figured I'd just put it on my TBR shelf. I have Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. I read When in Rome, I think about a month ago. So I plan on getting to this one soon. I really enjoyed the setting Sarah Adams creates and her storytelling. This one is the second book, and it's about the male main character's sister and the main female character from book one's bodyguard. So, and then Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. I have not heard much about this book, but somebody I follow on Bookstagram was in love with it. It's somebody that I trust their recommendations, and I can't remember who it is, but so I immediately went and got this book, ordered it. We'll see when I get to it again. So next I have Perilous by Lauren Roberts. Again, this is one that I don't know too much about, but I want to get to it soon. I do know that everybody who's read this loves it. So hopefully I can get to this very soon. I feel like I'm saying that about all of the books, and there's a lot here, and so I'm not sure how I'm going to get to all of them soon. The next book is Mitch Albom by Mitch Albom. It's called The Little Liar. Mitch Albom is one of my auto-buy authors, but I have to be in the mood to read his books because they will break your heart and you'll just be sobbing. So I have to be in the mood to read his stuff. But I saw he had this one out and I didn't have it yet, so I figured I'd buy it. And then Begin Again by Emma Lord. Don't know when or where I got this. It must have been recent though, but I don't remember what it's about. I'll find out when I read it. Okay. Next I have Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer. This is the first in the Vancouver Storm series. I'm not sure when I'll get to it because, like I said, I have a lot of series going right now and I kind of want to finish a couple of them up before I start another one, but I've heard a lot of great things about that one, along with the next book I have, which is Done and Dusted by Layla Sage. Don't know much about this one except for lots of people enjoy it. And then I have Crown of Midnight, which is book 2 in the Throne of Glass series. So I'll probably start that one shortly after I finish Throne of Glass, which I have about 100 pages left of Throne of Glass, I think. And then this one was another one that I heard rave reviews about. And so when I saw it, I just picked it up. The Ministry of Time. I don't know too much about it, but I'll find out when I read it. Another book I've heard lots of stuff about is The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I've not read anything by Ashley Poston yet, but I've heard amazing things about this book, so I picked it up. Next, I have Unsteady by Peyton Corrine. Again, Don't know much about this except it's about a hockey player and an ice skater, and it's a romance. Somebody I watch on BookTube raved about it, so when I saw it, I picked it up. Same with Summer Romance by Abigail Monahan. I think that's how you say it. Not quite sure. I think everybody says it a little different. Don't know much about it. Romance. Find out when I read it. Again, love Allie Hazelwood. She's an auto-buy author for me. Yeah, there's not much to say at this point with some of these books. Now, sorry. Gonna have to dust this off before I do anything else. Then I have Powerful, which didn't read Powerless yet, but so many people raved about Powerless that I figured I'd really enjoy it, and I wanted to make sure that I got Powerful. I'm really kind of annoyed that the size difference of this, like, why did they do that? I know this is a novella, but like, it's completely, hold on. I have to show you because I just can't. And I'm sure actually most of you know about this if you're in the US. Why? Why did you do that? That's just mean. Like, they need to match. They need to match. Why? But, oh well, can't fix it now. Unless they come out with a new one, and then I buy all new ones. And then we have, I'm just going to hold these ones all up together. And if you watched my recent book haul video, you will know about these. We have the rest of the Boys of Tillman series, books 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm currently reading book 1 on my Kindle, but I have a physical copy of it. That's why it's here, and kind of just off to the side. But yep, so I have the rest of the Boys of Tillman series because these match. They're pretty. Look at the pretty bindings. And their heights match. That's what needs to happen. So now I need to clean off the shelves because they're disgusting. And I don't know why I got black shelves. But I'm going to clean them off and then we'll put them back on and count them. See where we are. So the shelves are now dusted, cleaned. I'm going to put them back on in reverse order and count them. Sorry. Got some dust in my throat after cleaning that. I'm going to put them back up and count them as I put them back out and let you know at the end how many books I have on my TBR. I have 48 unread books. Hopefully I can get that down by December or before the end of the year. Who knows? I also have 6 books in my cart on barnesandnoble.com. We'll see. Maybe I'll have more by the end of the year. I have to wait and find out. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if there's any books on my TBR that you think that I need to get to, like make a priority. Or any books that you're like, yeah, that wasn't really worth it, or oh my gosh, if you liked that one, you should get this one. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed.